Hello!
And we're now live.
We are live. Welcome to Usable Live.
My name's Johann,
My name is Oliver.
and today it sounds like we're looking at some time sensitive details.
Time sensitive. We are thinking about our consultancy.
Yes, the one that we called understandable.
Yeah. And
Apparently, some people thought it was a bit confusing.
we got a couple of comments that is it usable or is it understandable? What's the name of your business? So,
Yeah,
what do you think? We had a couple of other suggestions.
yeah, I think we should just go back to the original one that we had, which was clarity, I believe it was.
Clarity.
Yeah,
So, clarity consulting or amazing clarity?
amazing clarity. I wish I had that.
Hmm? You now you have.
Claimed.
I think we'll go with clarity.
All
So,
right.
what's the first thing to do when we change a name?
Well, the first thing we need to do is change it in usable again. No,
Yep.
understandable, usable.
Yes.
And I mean, you can try and open it, but I feel like you can't actually change it because I'm the one who created it.
I'm a collaborator. Then I cannot do it.
No. So in that case, I think I'll just change it by
Yeah.
pressing settings and then just change the name to Amazing Clarity.
Just call it clarity.
Just call it Clarity.
Yeah.
Well, we know it's amazing.
Yeah.
Clarity. I believe that's how you spell it. Save changes. And that should do it. So now you should be able to refresh.
Oh,
There we go.
now it's clarity. That was fast.
That was really fast.
Okay.
Totally not planned.
So you mentioned something about time sensitive.
Yes. Essentially what I was thinking is there a way, because there are so many tools now about time management, tracking how many hours you put into stuff. And I was wondering, is there a way we can do that same stuff with usable instead of using yet another tool on the side?
Yep. Of course.
And that's something we can do today.
So let's try. So time tracking, of course, that's the most important thing when you have an consultant or have a consultancy
Yeah.
because you want to bill people.
Especially when we're this amazing.
Yes.
Clarity.
So let's see. Okay, how do we do that?
And again, if people aren't aware, there's usually some popular tools like Toggl is one, Timular, which is now called Early. I mean, there's a bunch of different time tracking tools. So we're kind of jumping on that same boat and see if we can produce something similar and usable.
So let's open our workspace again. So we're in Cursor here, everything's set up. You can check out last week's episodes for the setup.
And again, we're building everything on top of the existing Understandable, which has now been rebranded
as Clarity. So let's do a new agent and then say, in the Clarity workspace, I want to implement time tracking. Can you help me design a workflow for tracking time spent on projects, tasks, and clients?
Yeah, okay.
Press enter.
This kind of is the same vibe that we had with the CRM system. We first build like a foundation.
Yeah.
Now he's
designing time. Okay.
Make a little analog clock.
Just want to make sure that Cursor knows that it's called Clarity and not Understandable.
Oh, see, this is interesting.
So let's say Understandable.
Yeah, no, we never actually mentioned it in the agent MD file, so I feel like it's probably okay.
Yeah. It was called our CRM and CRM Master Guide and
so you might actually have to tell him, like if we want to speed it up, is to tell him, okay, use Clarity.
Yeah.
That's the workspace. Well, you can see what he does.
So running agentic search fragments. If we click on here, we can see what query, context, quick scan.
Oh, you already mentioned the workspace. I mean, now he's kind of scanning through everything to see if there's anything related to Clarity at the moment.
So the whole idea is that we just track all the time entries in Usable.
Yeah.
And then you just talk with Usable, and every time you have something new, you just tell it through the chat.
Yeah, so it kind of becomes like a dream tool for project managers.
Yep.
or like success management and stuff. They can just, instead of bothering everyone or having to learn various different tools, they would just open a chat bot and ask it, how did so and so manage, how many hours did they manage to put into that project? And that way they can maybe bill the customer from that point.
Yep. So
Is he frozen a bit?
So I'm just checking for the it's another workspace. So
I see. Okay.
So let's go in and give usable, just
freeze him.
Sharing the screen again. I stopped it and say the
Don't
Clarity workspace has the ID, this number here. And where did I get that? Well, I went to the Clarity workspace, and I can see the ID up here in the URL. So that's the ID of that's a hack that you can you can use that.
And again, if that's something people would love to have within the UI itself, that's obviously something we can add.
Yeah. So the reason is we changed the name, and actually we never updated the agents MD file after we did the CRM one.
Okay.
So maybe the better solution here is to just go over to
the agent file.
And do it again here.
Yeah, we could do that, because we did add in the agents file. We added the CRM part, and we also added the understandable.
Yeah.
No, the Orlando part.
Yes. So we've done plenty since the CRM.
So definitely recommend, again, looking at those videos, because we're building on top of the existing solution. And it seems to be struggling in...
Yeah. That's the thing about live demos.
We forgot to send our prayers before we started.
Now is the right workspace ID.
And what is he searching for? You can probably help him out by just saying it doesn't exist. Just start creating. Like it's an empty. I believe it is mostly empty now, as is.
Please just create it.
Yeah. I don't know if you need to push it up, because he's probably just constantly trying to run through that. Which means now he should start creating fragments, I believe, right?
Yeah, that's what we want. So what are the next steps coming up?
Well, first we're creating the structure, as you said. Then I suppose we want to set up some examples.
Yeah. Maybe do some templates first. And then...
So that he knows how to organize himself.
And I can see it said creating fragment types. Unfortunately, our API key does not have access to making fragment types. So here it is.
Okay.
I'm creating a structured time tracking system for Clarity with an overview and reusable templates: time entry, client, project, task, then recipes and a weekly timesheet. I'll start by adding the plan as to-dos and immediately create the first set of fragments. Okay, that sounds right.
Yeah, now he at least seems to be on track again.
And we actually have...
I mean, it is really the thing.
Yeah, we have the template. So let's go to the next step, which is log a typical workday.
Yeah.
We just prepare that while he's creating the system. So let's log a typical workday for our team. Can you create time entries for 5 to 7 different activities across multiple projects?
Okay, yeah.
So now we got... Yeah.
I'll be very interested to see if he will consider the existing CRM related details, or if he will create something new.
That will be actually very interesting to see, because that's the whole point. That you should build on top of the knowledge that you already have.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, I haven't pressed enter here yet because I want the system to be set up first. So let's go in and look at the if there are any new fragments. Ah, here it is, clarity time tracking, overview and data model.
Oh.
Here we have first purpose, standardize how we track time across clients, projects, and tasks. Enable fast retrieval, roll-ups, weekly timesheets, and invoicing. Invoicing, that's important.
Yeah.
And then we have like, it's actually a relational data model, entities and relationships.
Yeah, so he's created like a project and then you define tasks under those projects, yeah.
And you have tagging conventions.
Even with dates as well, yeah.
And the workflow, daily, weekly, invoicing, approvals, so on.
It feels very standard as well.
And now we got the last one here, create, setup and usage recipe.
So it's kind of telling you how you should work up against this tool.
So if we go back to the fragments here, and we have we have lots of templates. This was the one we looked at just before. Time entry template, and the client template, and the project template, and the task template, and the weekly change sheet template, and the recipe, setup and use time tracking. And this is like the guidelines for how do you do this. Okay.
Yeah.
So now we have the system set up. That was the time tracking system. Let's try if it works. So I will do this. Let's log a typical workday. I'll present it now. Hopefully we will get a couple of entries.
Yeah. So
it's setting up time entries.
He's creating time entries as well.
Yeah, let's hope so.
It's really sweet how he's like telling you what he's doing.
Defining projects and tasks, setting up time entries with time zones. So of course we're amazing clarity.
Yeah.
We're global.
We're everywhere.
It could be global clarity.
Stay tuned for the next episode.
We'll pivot or change our identity for every session. Oh, create 7 time entries for a typical workday. Okay. And so this is the to-do list inside Cursor, but then it'll do it here in.
Yeah. He's kind of like figuring out what to structure it like based on the templates he already created.
So you might ask, okay, but we're using some other time management system or time tracking system like Toggl. How would we approach that?
Well, we did actually do a little test before this, which was that we're not always just going in empty-headed. We always plan a little bit ahead. And what you can do with Toggl is that you have something called webhooks, which can be basically, it can send information every time something happens in Toggl to like an external source of some sort. So in this case, you could have it so every time you start a timer, stop a timer, create a project, delete a project, whatever it is, add members to the team, you can send all this information directly into Usable, which means that you don't actually need to open Usable even to update it. It will just automatically go in by itself.
So that's usable.devs/docs. And then you have the API here.
Yeah.
With everything you can do. For instance, fragments, create memory fragment.
Yeah.
The documentation is all here.
So Toggl would send information to a point where that would send that in.
Yep.
So it would basically create the like time slots and stuff, projects.
So while you were talking, the Cursor created logged 7 entries for today, 6th of October, across multiple clients and projects. And can you make sample entries for the rest of the week?
Just to make us look really, really busy and impressive.
Even into the future. 7 to 10 October.
Yeah.
And while we're doing that, let's check if we can see. We have the time entries. And here we have one.
Clarity internal team ups.
Yeah.
Stand up.
So I would have had expected that there was just one fragment for a whole day. But here we have individual.
Yeah.
There are benefits and drawbacks of both. And I guess this is all controlled by how the system has been set up. So the first step we did was set the system up. Okay, this is a very relational model. Then you get all the details.
Yeah.
And we have Acme Corp here.
My favorite one.
And that was...
And you're kind of like, it's basically all these like sessions, essentially.
Yeah.
That's what it's kind of trying to simulate in this case. Or people would log there.
So now you can see, I'll add 20 time entries, 5 per day, for October 7th to October 10th, across multiple clients and projects. Then mark the task complete. So you can see it's doing all these.
Yeah.
Create memory fragment. Maybe you could do add an entry for last week, if that works.
So I could maybe say, let's see. So if I just open the same project that has that agent file as well, just so that it keeps it relatively simple and clean.
And maybe remember to have that correct ID of the workspace.
Yes.
Or ask it to find that ID before you start doing stuff. And of course, the next step is to analyze everything. Can you help me analyze the time entries? Show me total hours per project, billable versus non-billable hours, and any insights.
What will he do that in? Will he just give you like a nice table?
We'll see. I haven't pressed enter yet. I'll wait until you have submitted some.
So I'll say, hey, can you add? Or we can say, hey, I worked, let's say, 8 hours yesterday on Acme Corp, focusing on performance and bug fixing. Can you log it to the, I'll just say Clarity workspace. But I should probably just copy that, just because we just changed it.
Yeah.
Just to be safe. Don't worry, at some point we will be having like a capture card so we can jump between screens.
I pressed enter now, so maybe we'll see the change after you have submitted as well. So again, I'm on my user here. We're both working on the same workspace. You're the owner and I'm the collaborator.
Yeah.
And we're two, but we could be hundreds on the same workspace, all working with the same.
And then whoever manages the hours and billable hours and stuff could just go in whenever they want and ask about statuses on various different things.
Now, cursor says aggregating time entries.
I am using the wrong token for this specific project, so I'm just going to hop in and grab it.
Yep. So we're running agentic search fragments. And I guess doing an agentic search here is probably not the right one. So we should we maybe tell it to do just a simple search? Again,
yeah,
that will be in the rules that we set for the time tracking system.
Yeah, he's struggling to find anything with that. Yeah, okay, fair enough. You can ask him to use a simple search, because it shouldn't be that difficult to find.
Use a simple search instead.
There we go. I told him to log my changes, and he basically, all I said was that I worked on the Acme Corp, and I worked for 8 hours yesterday. And he automatically figured out, oh, today is the 6th of October. That means 5th.
Fantastic. So let's see if we can see that in here in the time entries. There's the 5th of October.
Oh, look at that.
Ah, and Jóhann.
He even found my name. That's a bit creepy.
Primary focus, performance and bug fixes.
Nice. Exactly 8 hours.
Yes.
Very healthy attitude to have towards work. But no one does.
And now we're doing simple searcher. And the same with the API. You could do this with this search with the MCP, but you could also do it with a simple API.
Yeah.
With the same, instead of create fragment, it would be search fragment or.
Yeah, exactly. And
Or
I feel
refragment.
like a session that we will be having at some point is the ability to automate all these things that we're talking about and show you how you can do that with modern tools that you use today.
Yep.
So definitely stay tuned and press the subscribe button.
Here.
Oh. So what is he working on now?
So compiling entry totals.
All right, he is looking through the various entries that we already put in.
Yeah.
Let's see if he actually finds mine or.
So question is, Sunday 5th of October, is that part of week 41?
Oh, depends on where you live, I guess.
Parsing project hours, evaluating memory fragments.
This is it.
Parsing time entry results.
Everyone worked way too hard. But
It's taking a bit longer than normal. It's like
It's
maybe
fine.
maybe it's because we're GPT-5 with a big brain there.
Ah, is that what you're running on? Okay, fair
Yeah.
enough. Yeah, he definitely takes much longer than other
Yeah.
agents. Again, he's very good at very specific tasks, but he does take a while.
So see, there's some. Yeah, finally. Total hours 23.75. 21 billable by project, by day, and insights. And we have some insights. Strong billable mix, 88%. Largest load, web redesign at Acme at 8 hours and 25, or 8.25 hours.
Yeah.
So 8 hours in 1 quarter. Friday appears underlogged. Consider adding the remaining entries or confirming lighter workloads. Fantastic.
Oh.
And I have a final one there. Let's do a weekly review. Show me all time entries from this week and calculate total hours work. Okay, that's pretty much of the same, but
Let's see if he runs way faster now that you'll see that.
yeah, that's actually
Claude.
a good check. I switched to Claude. It's also a brainy one, so
he will be reasoning with it and stuff. But yeah, in general, Claude runs much faster than GPT-5. But again, they're very good for very different things.
Yep.
Some people like to call ChatGPT for the coffee AI because you always go.
That was much faster.
Oh, look at that. Even little icons as well because he's so nice.
Yeah, so I saved the complete timesheet as timesheet team and ready to proceed with invoicing. Yeah, just for the heck of it. Yes. Let's see if we can
create an invoice. Oh, that'd be really cool. I mean, just imagine as well, like if you had like a PDF MCP, he could just kind of generate an invoice for you, and then you can send it off.
Have you tried?
Do you have a PDF MCP installed?
I have something.
These are like small previews of things we might touch on later.
Invoicing ready. Yeah. So never mind. I don't dare. I think that this is the time tracking system. Again, it took us like 2-3 minutes to create the time tracking system. A bit slow on creating the sample entries, but in principle, what your prompt was.
I essentially just said, hang on, let's just
you could say add an entry for Friday. We forgot Friday.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
6 hours analyzing the Globex mobile app.
I'm very curious to see what he does when you just say Friday. Because he puts a timestamp on it. Will he be able to figure out, oh, that means this date?
So if we look at this, we have Globex, so we should know about Globex. And I just wrote, add an entry for Friday, 6 hours analyzing the Globex mobile app.
Okay.
I'll create a time entry for Friday, 10th of October, correct? With 6 hours of mobile app analysis for Globex.
Oh, there you go.
There it is.
I mean, you can just already tell that Claude runs so freaking fast in comparison
Yeah.
to
And
GPT-5.
can you make a forecast for next week?
Oh, look at that. Basically, you don't have to work anymore. You just,
And you can do everything here.
yeah,
So the whole point is that you have the data, you have the context, and it's some of it is very concrete, some of it is like qualitative data.
yeah. And it's because you basically just get to pretend like you're on the phone, just telling someone else to do it.
Yeah.
You don't, for example, you just said on Friday. In
Yeah.
a normal system, you would have to pick the date, go in, type in the information.
Exactly.
It becomes way more human. There you go.
There it
It's
is.
better now.
Key insights. Forecast for next week. Expect to work 10 to 12 hours. It's accessibility remediation, checkout testing, API integration. Of course, this was all sample data, but we can see that the agent is like treating it as real data now.
Yeah.
Watch for Globex may spike if analysis findings require urgent fixes. Reserve 3-hour buffer for unexpected work. That's the one. That's all.
I mean, at this point, it's just going to be someone else walking out and just reiterate what the AI says and pretend to be really smart. That's really nice.
I think that's it. So, do you have any wrap up? What do you?
I mean, again, we can always, if people are up for it, you can comment and mention if you'd be up for looking into tools that we can use.
Yeah.
So like automation tools, so that we can automate these things to pop into usable, so that you can automate this entire process. And we haven't really slotted that in yet, but again, if people are really interested in that, that's something we can do. And I think now that we have this cool time tracking, I think the next step would be project management.
Ooh, that sounds great.
And then we kind of just build an
So
entire
that's tomorrow.
system. Yeah.
Project management.
I don't think we have much time left, so I think we should save it for tomorrow.
Yep. And so we'll see you tomorrow for project management. But until then,
yeah,
I think it's time to say, now you should go and make something usable, please.